Hey, I'm Sean.
I'm Jeremy. We are high atop the city of Bogota, Colombia, and we are going to tell you how to do this city in one day, but it's not going to be easy in this episode of Window Seat.
You're going to hate it.
Far be it from us to complain.
I don't know what's happening. Oh, we're tired. This is not easy. Did not prepare for this.
Not going to lie, we have given serious debate to turning around, stopping. But from the minute we arrived, it was clear this trip was going to be riddled with missteps and mistakes. All right, so just landed Bogota, Colombia. It's my first time in South America. Sean's been here, but we're going to make it an unforgettable trip. Here goes. We were on the ground for exactly 5 minutes when the surprises started. What's happening?
We were supposed to have a driver.
Our driver was nowhere to be found. The guy's not here, so we'll see how this shakes out. And we couldn't get a hold of him because
My battery's dead on my phone.
yikes, this is going to be fun. After a quick recharge and a few hasty text messages, our man finally did show up.
Yes.
Sean,
Hi, how are you? How are you?
How's it going? I'm Jeremy.
How are you?
Good. Where did we go? Oh, I can get it. No worries. And we are finally off on our rainy ride into Bogota. Gateway to South America, capital city of Colombia, home to amazing arts and culture and 11.5 million people. And a slightly bumpy arrival was not going to rain on our time here. Our window in Colombia was short, and number one on our list of things to do was to get in a car and head straight to the top of Montserrat. We knew there was a tram and funicular to the top of the famous mountain overlooking Bogota, and we wanted to get there fast. But when we arrived at the bottom, it didn't look like we were anywhere near the ride to the mountaintop. So we just got out of our Uber here, headed to Montserrat, and it looks like there's some big street fair, some carnival, some road race, or something. And there's a ton of people around, and lots of local culture, and this is a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Unsure exactly where to go or what to do, we just followed the crowd like the rudderless, incompetent tourists we are. But then that crowd started walking up the mountain, and they weren't stopping, and they weren't turning around. And then we were under this cool, colorful arch and thought we'd gotten ourselves caught up in a 5K or something. Well, what do you want to do, mate?
Let's go a little bit.
Okay. And then, without even knowing it, to the bemusement and slight encouragement from the locals, we got swept up in a religious pilgrimage on the day before Easter during one of the holiest weeks of the year, with tens of thousands of Christians hiking to one of the most famous churches in all of Colombia that sits high atop the hill ahead of us, nearly 2 miles above sea level. So now I kind of think we're stuck because we thought we were going up the path to get on the tram or the funicular, and it's clear we're not. So now, do we wimp out and become those Americans who can't make it to the summit? Or do we cut our losses and call it a day? Stay tuned, because we don't know the answer yet. How does one avoid an international incident in this situation? How does one not offend when they've unwittingly embarked on a 2-mile hike with a 2,000-foot elevation gain?
Oh, we're tired. This is not easy. Did not prepare for this. Did not, at least today, bring the right shoes to walk or shirt or anything. I'm sweating like a pig, and we're going to keep going.
And that is exactly what you do. You keep going. You power through, because travel is about experiencing the unexpected, surprising yourself, earning the reward that awaits at the top. Just one thing. Hope you like staring at people's butts, because this is going to be your view for the next hour or so, in more ways than one. Hell, they're even at the gift shop. The nice thing is the folks around here are prepared for the crowds. All along the entire ascent, there are kiosks selling everything you would need to stay alive. Snacks, drinks, there are rustic baños if nature calls while you're out here in nature. There are even animals saddled up and at the ready in case you decide you just can't make it the rest of the way on your own. And believe me, we gave that some consideration.
No, there's been no debate. It's been should be, and it's been no.
So onward we go. We'll speed it up so you don't have to experience the same torture we did, but suffice it to say, this was hard. I mean, look how steep that incline is. There are more than 1,100 steps to the top. 1,100 very steep steps. But even when man and beast had given up, thrown in the towel, said to hell with it, we persevered. And miraculously, we weren't alone. As we neared what we thought was the top, we encountered on a narrow, covered portion of trail big crowds. And as we reached even closer to the heavens, a surefire sign that we were nearing the end of our climb. A large clearing ahead and that chain-link view with a stunning sight of the city below. Surely that must mean we're near the summit, right, Sean?
See, we got ways to go.
Great, thanks for being a killjoy, dude. But this is a vacation, and as we learned from the Griswolds on another vacation...
Nothing worthwhile is easy, Ellen. We know that.
Almost there. It was worth it, too. By the way. This certainly wasn't easy, and as we ascend just a few hundred more yards, we realize it was worth it. Finally, at the top, it feels like you are in the clouds, well over 10,000 feet above sea level, with the entire population of this massive Colombian city beneath you. Even an overcast sky, occasionally spitting rain, isn't enough to obscure the breathtaking views of this metropolis. Sean, we made it.
We made it.
Thoughts?
That was a long time. It was a long time. I'm tired, sweaty, I need a shower. I want to find this cable car because I'm not walking down.
Turns out that building right there behind Sean is the reason thousands of people joined us on the hike. For more than 400 years, Christians have made the trek up Montserrat in the eastern hills of Bogota. Faith has led them to the sanctuary, shrine, and small chapels that hold tremendous religious significance for Colombians. Upon entering the church, you're elbow to elbow with religious celebrants excited about the effort they put in to attend Mass in this sacred spot. Outside the church, a sculpture depicting Jesus as a homeless person, designed to remind visitors to care for their fellow man, especially those experiencing hardships. At every turn, there is something to revere, relish, and rejoice in, mostly the knowledge that you made it to the top. Your reward, a high-altitude outdoor shopping mall and food court just outside the sanctuary.
Yes, and then you got these markets with restaurants, shopping, whatever you want. So if you didn't take the easy way up on the funicular, you earned your right to eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah, I feel like we've earned a beer, actually.
Oh, absolutely. Why wouldn't we have earned a beer?
So should we make that happen, or is it too early?
We've earned a beer, and we've earned some empanadas or some stuff like that, something fried and delicious.
Yes, all right, let's do it.
The sizzling sounds, the spicy smells, earning a thumbs up from us and everyone else who sits down to eat. This alone made the whole trek worth it.
We're tired, we're hungry, we need beer, and we need food. And we wandered through this market that's got a lot of great smelling food and beer. Thank you. Gracias.
A quick and questionably healthy lunch set us back a half hour.
It's an empanada, it's got corn and rice inside, it's hot.
But it barely set us back any money.
All right, and so we just got the bill for our lunch, and the grand total for 2 empanadas and a arepa and 2 local beers was $8. One more reason that you should be visiting Latin America.
After a few more minutes spent soaking up the local culture, the swollen crowd, and the spectacular views of Bogota below, we finally found the line for that mysterious funicular we'd been so desperately searching for hours earlier, and spent the next few minutes crammed in like sardines, absorbing the aroma of our fellow tourists and absorbing the stunning view as we descend the mountain. Back down on the streets of Bogota, we realize we're ending our journey just a few yards from where it started. And we never had to walk up that mountain at all. Are you kidding me? What?
So one of the problems with going to a country where you don't fluently speak the language is there's going to be some miscommunication, obviously. So we get in a cab this morning at the hotel saying we want to go to the tram that takes us to the top of Montserrat. And the guy takes us to close to there, but he lets us out and asks us, is this where you want to get out? And we thought, okay, yeah, this looks good. not knowing that had we just gone, 20 extra yards, we'd be exactly where we needed to be. We could have taken that tram to the top, but instead we spent an hour plus hiking how many feet?
2,000.
2,000 feet up in the sky.
But, we could have also done a little bit of looking on our part.
Yeah, but this was kismet. It really was kismet. It was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen. As Bob Ross would say, a happy little accident. As Clark Griswold would say, nothing worthwhile is easy. And on our rainy taxi ride back to the hotel, we sat in silent wonder of our ambitious accomplishment and remembered, if our mission at Window Seat is to have an unforgettable experience in every country we visit, mission accomplished.